Have you ever had a moment where you just nailed something? I mean, you crushed it. You exceeded expectations and over-delivered. There was a CEO client of mine who I worked with who called me after closing the largest deal of his career. I thought he was calling me to celebrate, but instead of celebrating, he was sitting in his car outside his house frozen. He told me he was afraid to go inside because he knew his family would ask how his day was, and he'd have to pretend like everything was perfect. And then he said 5 words that stopped me cold. I feel completely empty inside. This is the hidden epidemic among high achievers that nobody ever talks about. After coaching over 2,000 leaders in the past 2 decades, I've seen this pattern up close. 95% of successful people are stuck in what I call the success significance gap. They've reached the top of the mountain and discovered they climbed the wrong one. But here's what's crazy. The solution isn't to want less. It's to pursue differently. And in the next few minutes, I want to walk you through the exact framework that I've used to help CEOs and leaders go from burned out and numb to one of the most fulfilled, impactful leaders I know. So let's start here. This emptiness that you might be feeling, I'm going to tell you right now, my friends, it's not a character flaw. It's the result of how we've been taught to define success. We've been conditioned to chase external metrics like title, success, money. But when the applause fades and the inbox goes quiet, what's actually left is success. It isn't bad. We've just defined it wrong. Our culture taught us to chase more without asking why. And that's what drives burnout. Years ago, I was a successful pastor. Everyone thought I was thriving, but inside, I actually was drowning. Success didn't heal me, it almost buried me. Now, here's where it gets interesting. Once you understand the trap, there's a way to have both success and significance. Here's a shift that changes everything. Are you ready? Success asks, how much can I get? Significance, it asks, how many can I serve? This sounds really simple, but let me tell you, I think it's revolutionary. Ask yourself these 3 questions, and your scoreboard will never look the same again. Number 1, will this matter in 10 years? Number 2, am I creating or just consuming? And number 3, who am I becoming in the process? Let me share an example. An executive who had all these metrics of success, the way we measure it, his revenue was up, but his anxiety was high. So was the disconnection from his family, and through this framework, he redefined winning as becoming the leader his family and team needed. And guess what? When he did, he found peace. He rebuilt trust and he doubled his revenue again, not because he hustled harder, but because he led from alignment. That's the power of integration. It's not either or, it's always both and. But here's the part that makes it stick. Inspiration, it's temporary. Systems, they're transformational. That's why I teach leaders to shift from pursuing success to pursuing a life of significance. Now, this is something I talk about often. There are 4 pillars. First one, identity alignment. Who you are drives what you do. Second, values-based decisions. Filter every yes and no through what matters most. The third is legacy thinking. Make daily decisions with eternity in mind. And the fourth, service-first leadership. Impact over ego always. When you live from this system, your calendar changes, your presence changes, your peace, it deepens. Now for me, this wasn't just a mindset shift. It was actually a spiritual one. See, my faith, it anchors me. When everything else is falling apart, I stand on my faith. And it reminded me that I wasn't building a platform, I was stewarding a calling. And when I started living for eternal impact, success no longer owned me. It actually started to serve me. I no longer preached as a message, I lived it. Now I'll say this, when your soul is full, your life becomes whole. Making this shift from success to significance in whatever you're doing, it isn't easy. It takes guts. It takes honesty. And it takes a new definition of winning. The limitless leaders that I've worked with on this road, they don't just perform better, they live better. And what we just walked through today, it's only the beginning. You see, the real transformation happens when you have the tools, the coaching, and the community to walk it out every day. So that's why I'm excited to share with you. I created this Living Limitless app. Man, inside this app, you're going to find all you need for your growth. Daily motivation rooted in purpose. My full success to significance framework. A tribe of purpose-driven leaders walking the same path together. You're going to get live coaching with me and so much more. The best part, you can download it right now. The link, it's in the description. Because your significant life is waiting, and it starts with just one download. Man, I can't wait to see your growth. I'm looking forward to seeing you on the inside.